Hello, good afternoon. This is 11th November 2020. Candina expansion. Why is it this reality? Well, as I mentioned in previous videos, Spain did get first to America officially because it was closer. And Elcano went around the globe because it was in the center of the football. And therefore, when we have this coronavirus digital expansion, we are finding out that, for example, USA has 412 official cars, the government, and the Spanish government has 12,000. So it is not proportional how the digital utility and inutility get to work together. But when talking about utility, this is then how much intrinsic value can we supply this digital competitive advantage? It is really in the side of here, of Bilbao, because we are in the center and we are closer. So that's why we are having an expansion. It is becoming more and more complicated to strike and go back to the base. And it is becoming a competitive advantage to be close to the base. Therefore, as inutility, it is very inefficient. Official cars is just an example of how inefficient, how 5% efficiency in the public side compared to, let's say, 90% efficiency in other countries. At least in the cars, it is 95% or 97% efficiency. In the car side, it is very easy comparison in this coronavirus digital artificial intelligence, like this video is artificial intelligence. So it is providing expansion for Candina because we are in the maritime center still until the globe changes, and therefore we have a competitive advantage towards commercial relationships with clients, with ships, with crews. We are with the East very closely united with Asia for supply of seafarers. With the Russian Federation, we have excellent top officers there. We also, in case of emergencies, are also very well related to Honduras, Peru, Latin American countries. And this provides a competitive advantage towards the expansion of Candina. One huge area of interest for me is Africa. Africa is growing population. Africa is growing gross domestic product by, let's say, 25%. Africa will use its resources instead of exporting, and this will develop society. So we have very strong links in Africa for the database. If you are a seafarer, please update application. There is a video, so we can use this artificial intelligence. You and me, is very important that we take a competitive advantage of our time zone, and Africa and Europe have the same time zone. So we can take a competitive advantage because for us it's much easier to contact you and you can contact us digital way. And this digital means it is very advantageous. Also here in Bilbao we have the possibility of the British law We are very close by the British law from Industrial Revolution, and we are still very well trained into the use of the contract types that we have: the shipman, the crewman, the enlistment contracts, the insurance, the protection indemnity clubs, all the literature that is in maritime shipping. It is the best system, the British, and therefore countries like Singapore, where Candina has a presence also, it has a competitive advantage for this. And this united to the chemical tanker side, in the Trump side, we are also growing very much indeed. It's not so easy nowadays in this coronavirus to make crew reliefs. Before it was nationalities, one, two nationalities per ship. Now it is like at least 10 nationalities, even in general cargoes of 15 crew, or chemical tankers 22 crew, or offshore units of 5 to 25 to even more. Then the percentage of different nationalities, it is very diversified. And not just because the risk factor of the health, but also because the supply and demand. Now, ship owners require to have very experienced, very professional compliance crew management company, and this is providing Candina the right expansion path. We are also trained into data protection. We see, for example, there are many areas of competence that are not very well trained regarding how can I send the CV, resend the CV, and this data protection, I believe it is going to be a conflict for the big digital companies, because there is conflicts between some countries regarding the use of database. So we always keep the strictest compliance in order that should the vessel trade, the crew trade, the ship owner requirements, then we have a state-of-the-art compliance in data protection. Also in health protection, we are now negotiating to have the vaccines put to all the crew members, and this is going to be hard, but we are fighting also to have all these tests on board all the ships, and this is becoming easier and easier and easier. At least we have gotten this throughout the fleets worldwide, but the question is, can we have these tests on board the ships? And that's what we are negotiating. So if you are a supplier, Protection Indemnity Club, we mentioned that the best way to protect is to have the test on board, and we could be saving, of course, number one is the health of the crew. So let's keep it that way. And that is why also we are expanding very much indeed. Now, in the international trade, we see that this coronavirus has really put the utility at really the place where they are. And we hope that these new elections will be digital, and that this digital world will provide equality competitive in the companies worldwide. And the same for seafarers. And we are seeing that some countries are being more liberal into this crew management than others. And that is the reason why we applaud Estonia for making tax-free seafarers. We applaud Singapore for the coronavirus measures. Today they received a new coronavirus guidelines we received. So we applaud that, because indeed shipping is strategic. And if countries look at the horizon returns utility, intrinsic value in the long term with many remedies. And that is what Candina is doing now. I will not make this video so long, because our expansion is so real that we have to go back to the kitchen and start cooking. And so I thank you very much for your time. I hope that your company does expand too. And we are here to serve our dear ship owners and crew members. Be safe. Take care.